Hi. Hey, you guys. For all of you who have no idea who I am, my name is Jess Lanier, and I know some incredible leaders in this team. I am a huge fan of you guys. Thanks for the hearts, yay. Absolutely love Melissa. Really, she's been such an inspiration to me since I started. I've been a coach for about 4 years. Hi, Melissa. Sorry, my kid. So this is what happens. We're doing lunchtime literally right here, and my little one always inhales his food, so I have to be close by. So no promises that there won't be some exciting small bites. I am a mom of 2. Mom life for real. 2 and a 4-year-old, both boys, and I'm very pregnant. Well, not very pregnant, but 23 weeks pregnant with our 3rd. Small bites, dude. Who we just found out is a girl. So that's a little bit about my life. I'm a registered nurse and integrative medicine and health coach, and I've been coaching, like I mentioned, for 4 years, 2 years full time. I was able to retire from my full-time nursing job in prison when I was 2 years into coaching, and that was right after the birth of my 2nd son, and we just really wanted to I wanted to be home. I never knew that I wanted to be home, and coaching really provided that for me. It was such a life-changing, for so many of us, right? It's changed the trajectory of our future in ways we never even thought possible. Dude, you're killing me. Okay, take a drink. So I'm happy to be here. So thankful to be here. Thank you, Heather. I loved speaking at Super Weekend. It was very awesome. I want to share with you guys, so we're in such unprecedented times, right? And I think for everyone, it's kind of been, we've all had a pause moment where, and maybe some of you are still stuck in the pause moment, where you're like, how do I navigate this? What do I do? I'm unfortunately seeing so many coaches paralyzed by the crisis that we're in, and literally shut down. They stop sharing, they stop doing their workouts, they stop inviting, they're stopping all the business activities. And I understand the fear, I understand the intimidation, but really it's all in our heads. And it's all, what I want to talk about with you guys today is our perception of what we do and what we have to offer and how we're serving people and why we're letting that fear get in the way. My brain is absolute mush, so date-wise. So, I don't remember. It's been a month, I think. I went to San Diego. My husband and I went to the High Performance Experience with Brendan Burchard. It was phenomenal. Honestly, the best leadership business life conference I've ever been to. He spoke at Summit a couple years ago. Highly recommend going next year if you guys can, the High Performance Experience. And he shared with us a framework that I'm going to share with you, because I feel like it could be really applicable to where we're at right now, because everyone's focusing on Corona. Everyone's focusing on what it's doing in the world. Many of us are in lockdown. I'm in Northern California. There's just so much stress. There's so much unknown. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen, if this is going to last a week, 3 months, 6 months. Nobody knows. And in that comes so much uncertainty and fear. But there's so much we can be certain about. And this is not a time for us to be paralyzed. This is actually a time for us to step up and be more bold and with a servant's heart more than we ever have. I'm going to share a story with you guys really quick, because the parallel is really, in my opinion, really powerful. I have seen the people who look at what we do as coaching as an actual business, who think of themselves as actual business owners, are going to thrive during this crisis. But people who don't will not. They're going to shut down, and they're going to be stuck in the fear of, I don't want to sell to people right now. Everyone's really hurting. but it's not about you. It's about them, and it's about what you have to offer them. And unfortunately, so many people aren't seeing it the right way. It's all about your perspective. So this story, I have a friend, actually their whole family's clients of mine, and they're doing online workouts and all of that. But they own a very small little bakery and coffee shop, and it's almost like a mobile one because it's within our farmers market that runs year round, and they're allowed to be open because they're considered a grocery store, but they usually only open twice a week for like 4 hours a day during those 2 days. But because of this, what's happened, they've decided to extend their hours and extend the days that they're open. And I was talking to them the other day, and like, man, we went from, so they're known for making homemade sourdough bread, like legit old school sourdough starter. They have a huge kitchen that's like, they naturally ferment. It's the kind of sourdough that like changes the gluten to where it doesn't affect your digestive system as much. It's so freaking good. It is so good. And they make all these baked goods. Then they have all organic coffee. Small bites. Eat your small carrots. And I was talking with one of the owners, and she's like, man, we went from ordering 100 pounds of flour a week to 200 pounds of flour a week to 500 pounds of flour a week, and we need more. She was like, and this was a couple weeks, like a week and a half ago. She was like, finish what's in your mouth. Sorry, this is totally going to be part of this talk right now. Keeping my child alive while I try to inspire you to explode your business. She was like, we put in a 20 man-hour workday yesterday, and we sold out of we like 10x the amount of bread that we baked, and we sold out in an hour. She goes, I see such an incredible opportunity right now to serve people and for our business to explode. And I'm like, that's amazing. Like, people need this. People want this. Not only is it comfort food, but it's better for you. And you guys, the loaves of bread are between like $7 and $10 a loaf. So it's not, as far as bread goes, it's on the higher end, right? But nowhere and no one, and I'm going to ask you, like, would you ever tell these people, how dare you sell something in the middle of a crisis? Do you know what the world's going through? How dare you open your hours extra? How dare you work harder? How dare you offer this service in exchange for money, or this product in exchange for money? You should give it to us. None of us, real life humans, would ever think that in our head. Ever. So why in the heck are a huge percentage of coaches having that mindset? Right? Like, isn't that so powerful, the parallel? Like, this is a service. This is a product that I want right now, and I'm so thankful. They actually delivered to me the other day. I'm so thankful that they're putting in the work 10x what they normally do to offer more of the service, of the product that they have to offer, because I really need it and want it right now, and I will absolutely pay for it because it's worth it. Like, this is their business. I love supporting them. We are in the same boat, you guys, except I see even what we do as even more valuable. Because all of a sudden, the world is like, oh, my health matters. Oh, I don't want to end up on a ventilator. Like, it's horrible. And this is not to make light of the situation at all. Hold on 1 second, buddy. What?
Can I have some little tiny bit of hot chocolate?
If you wait until I'm done. Also, if anyone wants a sugar-free, dairy-free hot chocolate recipe, let me know, and I will hook you up. Okay, you have to wait till mommy's done, though, okay? Deal? Okay, so people are starting to value their health because all of a sudden people are losing it, and it's being spread all over the media. And so we, you guys, are in a health promoting business where no one has to leave their house for nutrition, for fitness, for supplementation, for snacks, for any of it. It's delivered to your door, and you could stream it from your living room. That is what everyone in the nation needs right now. And if you are too afraid of what people are going to think, or because a few people told you like that it's too expensive right now, that is selfish of you. That's selfish of me, because more people than ever are understanding that they're looking for what we have to offer, and we're going to miss the boat if we wait on it one more day. My husband texted me at 5:30 this morning on his way to work, and he goes, "Hey, I was just listening to the news, and I think you should really be pushing Beachbody on demand." And I'm like, "Oh, do you think? Really?" He goes, "Yeah, I was listening to it, and Peloton can't keep up because people, like, all the dumbbells are being sold out at stores and online. Peloton can't keep up with all the orders because everyone's going to home workouts." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, I didn't know that people are looking for home workouts right now. I totally should." I was a little bit sarcastic with him, but I was like, "Thanks, babe, that's really sweet." But seriously, hello, price tag. I don't even know how much a Peloton bike is, but I'm pretty sure it's over $1,000 or something crazy like that. And all you get is a bike and some programs. You don't get the nutrition. You don't get the Shakeology that's incredible for our health right now. You don't get any of that. All you get is a Peloton bike. You don't get the community. You don't get the coach. What we have to offer is so freaking inexpensive. It blows my mind. And so this is the time now, with that passion and conviction, that you share that value. You don't go and post oh, dude, good one. That's okay. Go get it. Can you go get a towel, please? You don't post like a graphic of a challenge pack and the price tag on it on Instagram necessarily. I mean, maybe that might work for some of you, but that's more of a selling perspective, right? We are changing people's lives, and we're serving them. My friends who own the bakery, on their marketing, they're not posting a picture of a loaf of bread by itself with a cheesy like price tag on it, which might work for some people, but they're showing like, this is how we're serving people. This is how we're serving people, right? There's so much that we have to serve people. So I wanted to first address that. And if you're struggling with the fear, if you're being paralyzed by objections, if you are struggling with how do I reach out to people when they just lost their job, more than ever, share coaching. How many people are going home to work? Like, so many people need what we have, and it's up to us to get it in our heads that we are in an incredible opportunity right now to really make an incredible impact in people's lives. And if you don't believe that what we do is making an impact, then this might not work for you. And that's my personal opinion. But if you can understand that we are literally saving people's lives, if you can't see that the suicide rate is going to skyrocket with all of this isolation, with people losing their jobs, please don't. My youngest just spilled hot chocolate all over the table and is now playing in it. So this is fun. Like what a perfect opportunity for new coaches to sign up and be successful right away. Because everyone's needing it. Everyone needs this right now. So, again, going back to people are isolated. People are so alone right now. Unfortunately, depression, anxiety is through the roof. Suicide is going to increase, which kills me. I just had one of my coach's husband's best friends just the other day. She missed our team call because she's like, "I'm so sorry. We just got a phone call. My husband's best friend just killed himself last night." And it just like, every time I hear a story like that, my heart aches, because I know that there's people around me who are feeling that lonely. There's people around you that are feeling that lonely, and it is your job, your responsibility to be the light and to show them something different and to invite them into your community over and over and over and over again, to be inspiring, to show them even when life is so hard around us, you guys, we can still show up and we can make the best out of it. This will end, and we decide now who we want to be at the end. People could learn another language by the time this is over, right? Or you could curl up in the corner and say, "Poor me, this sucks, can't believe it's happening. I'm just going to swim in my tears." Okay, so with that, I'm going to bring you a framework really quick. I want you to rate yourself in 3 areas in your business. Are you ready? Number 1, your vibrancy. Meaning your energy, your excitement, your vibrancy in your business. Right now, on a scale of 1 to 5, where would you rate yourself? And I think during this time, it's very easy because all the energy around us is negative right now. Dude, can you take small bites, please? Please? Take a drink. The energy around us is so negative, it's extremely, your energy will dip if you're not super protective and intentional with it. I love it, Melissa. I can tell. But a lot of people's vibrancy in their business right now, they're going into fear mode of what are people going to think if I invite them to a challenge group. And they don't. And so their vibrancy is really low right now. No, yeah, that's brother's carrot. Here, eat this. So rate yourself on your vibrancy. Number 2, I'm going to go into these really in a second too. Number 2, rate yourself in your connection. How connected do you feel to your team in here, to your leader, connected to your downline, to your customers, connected to your social group, online, offline, to your family, to your friends? How connected do you feel on a scale of 1 to 5? 1 being I feel extremely alone and isolated. I've basically withdrawn from everyone. That's your brothers. You can eat this one. 5 being I'm in touch with people every day and my heart feels so full because of how connected I am to everybody. And then the third piece I want you to rate yourself in is meaning. Everyone wants to know that what they do means something, right? And how high is your belief or your confidence in the meaning of your work? And I think this is one area why people get stuck in fear, because they don't have this piece. Maybe they're at a 1 or a 2 as far as the meaning of their business, the meaning of them posting on social media, the meaning of them showing up in their own health journey and sharing that with other people, the meaning of them getting creative during this crisis. When people have a lower meaning, then all of a sudden you think, man, what I do doesn't really matter that much. And then all the other emotions pile on. And it's really hard to navigate through that when you don't have a super strong connection with the meaning of your story, your purpose, your work, and what you're doing, and your mission. That's so good. No. Okay, so now that you've hopefully written down a number of those 3 areas, I want to really quickly, I don't even know how long I've gone on this, but I want to really quickly dive into a couple points about each of those 3 areas, because this is something, corona or no corona, that is really important and that we can control. And if you can address these areas, do a self-analysis, and then say, what can I do to increase my rating in these areas? It will drastically help you in life and in your business. So number 1, your vibrancy. A couple points about your vibrancy or your energy. It is your choice. It is my choice to be the energy standards. Instead of walking into a room or waking up one day and saying, I'm going to wait for the energy to affect me, I'm going to affect everyone else's energy. There's a total different perspective of that. And make the choice conscientiously to bring the joy every day in your life, no matter what's going on. The second point, your vibrancy is something that you have to go to battle for. It's not just going to happen. And I think when we develop really positive habits, for a lot of us, then it comes more naturally after we put in the work. But it's something that every day you have to make the choice. I'm going to fight for my positive attitude, my excitement, my encouragement, my energy, my vibrancy. I'm going to fight for it today. And these are the things that I'm going to do it. Hey, because distraction is the enemy of vibrancy, and we so easily right now can fall into distraction of all of the news alerts on social media, on the TV, the distraction of everyone complaining around us. There's so many distractions, but you choose to turn the TV on. You choose to watch all the news things. You choose to listen to other people's complaining. You choose to scroll social media or to be the light on social media. You choose. And then lastly, I really liked this. Going through the motions is the death of high performance. And so if you're someone that you're like, okay, I'm trying, I can have my tracker out, I'm checking off the boxes, that is not something that's going to help you in the long run. You need to connect again with that meaning. What am I doing this for? Why do I love this? Why is this impacting my life? Go read testimonials on the Beachbody On Demand blog of people's lives that have been saved and changed forever because of what we do. That's your line of work. I don't care if you've started as a coach today. You have all of that confidence because of all of the work that has gone before you. So freaking amazing. You get to be creative with how you help people in that, right? Okay, 2, connection. It's so important for us to connect to the work that we're doing, connect to the people that we're serving, connect to the vision that we have, and connect to the moment. So, dude, my 2-year-old right now, he gives me all my gray hair. I think it's important, and I know that there's so much different advice coming from all different directions as far as how we navigate coaching right now, right? I think it's important for us to acknowledge what's happening. Okay, I'll give you some in 1 second. Okay? Okay, thank you. I don't know if I don't think it's the best practice for us to pretend like nothing ever happened in the world, because then we can look a little bit ignorant and like we're completely disconnected. In my opinion, I think it's important for us to be connected to the struggles that people are going through, connected to the struggle our world is going through, connected to how it's affecting our lives. I don't know one person this isn't affecting and being challenging for. And I think that's important because that makes us relatable and people will trust us more. But if we're only posting about our sweaty selfies and our superfood shakes every day, but we're not giving any story or context with it, I think people will start to shut us out. So as far as connection, I wanted to highlight that. Like, I think it's really important for us to connect to it, but we don't camp in the poor me. We don't camp in the fear. We don't camp in the worst case scenario. We flip the script and we say, what if I can make a bigger difference now in the middle of this crisis than ever before because of what I do for a living? My career, this is your career. Like, this is your job, is to help people through hard times. Own that. Okay, and then the meaning part. I would and I kind of touched on this, obviously know why you're doing this, know the meaning of your work, but also ask your coaches and ask your customers and dive into your people and let them know that it means something, that they're a part of your team, that you're in this together. Make sure that your coaches know what they're doing. It means something. It is so important and so powerful right now. Make sure that they know that, because I think a lot of people really struggle in this area, and it's so important. And then I love this so much. Did you know that it is not by accident that you are on this team, that you're listening to me right now, that you're at this place in life, and that you have this job as your job in the middle of this crisis? It is not an accident. It means something. And I loved that when I was at the conference, Brendan had said, meaning isn't something that you get. It's something that you train yourself to see. You could choose to think and believe that everything is just by chance, or you can see the incredible meaning of who you are, where you are, why you're there for such a time as this. And I truly, firmly, with all my heart believe, even those of us who started years ago, we started for such a time as this. And if you choose to see that meaning, it's going to light fire in your soul in so many ways. And if you choose to think that this is just another thing that you're putting out there and that people aren't going to care, and so why should you put in the effort, then that's all that it's going to be for you. But you have to train yourself to see the meaning. You have to train yourself to see the meaning in your job, the magnitude of your purpose for such a time as this. And if you want that, you're going to get it. If you want to be that person, then be that person. It's nobody's job. Oh my gosh. He's my background singer, preacher. It's nobody else's job to do that for you. Only you can do that for you. And really, at the end of the day, we have to decide, like, what kind of person do I want the people, including my children, to see that I am in the middle of a crisis. If I think of the highest performing, best version of myself, the best coach possible, the best mom, the best wife, the best human possible, in the middle of the world melting, who do I want to be? Do I want to be the one that succumbs to all the fear and the anxiety and contributes to other people's fears? Or do I want to be different? Do I want to stand out? Do I want to be a thought leader? Do I want to show up and be a leader through this hardship? Because people need a leader now more than ever in the right direction. And we will stand out. Our light will stand out. It's up to us to decide. And once we make that decision, and this kind of navigates me into my last point here of adapting a role model mindset. We are all role models, and we have to decide what we want to do with that responsibility. Whether you acknowledge it and believe it or not, you are a role model right now. And I loved learning this so much because we talk a lot about leadership in our business, right? But there was something that triggered differently in my brain. I don't know about you guys, but when Brendan had said in this conference to adapt a role model mindset, a couple questions that I'm going to ask you in a second, I was like, oh my gosh, like who am I a role model to? And it registered different than being a leader. You're kind of like paving the way. You're setting the tone. You're being the example. Even though that's what leadership is anyways, it registered with me differently. And so how can you, in the middle of this crisis, adapt a role model mindset? Who needs to see you be a better role model right now? If you were being a better role model, what 3 things would you need to change? And what can you do to take these steps? That is your homework to think about. Maybe post it in the comments if you're watching the recording or whatever later, or post it in your team page, because I think together we can really rally in this. Like, how can we collectively, as Team Beachbody, as your incredible team that you have, how can you guys be better role models? And I think that together, if we step into this role, it could be really powerful, like instantly, like in one day, right? And getting clarity on those 3 things that you need to work on is something for you to be productive towards, rather than spinning in circles in the fear, whatever that's going on. So, I said that was my last thing, but I did want to say that if you're someone that you're like, nothing's working right now, I can't get any working coaches, none of my coaches are working, whatever your thing is right now that's making you feel stuck, if you're doing the wrong things over and over and over and over, you're going to get a wrong result over and over and over and over. And one of the best pieces of advice I can give you through this, that I feel like is something I learned at a young age. Paw Patrol's in the background. I know none of you probably really know like any of my background, but the thing that served me best in my business is that at a young age I learned how to pivot in life. I was hit by a drunk driver when I was 11. My dad died. He was on the motorcycle with me, and he died a few weeks later from malpractice issues. So many different things have happened in my life. My mom got cancer a year later and almost died 3 times during that process. I was blindsided at 26 by a horrible divorce in a different state, no money, no drugs. Had to figure out how to start my life all over again. Got remarried to the love of my life. That's how I have these amazing children. Had a miscarriage. That was extremely hard. Like, there's just been several different things along my journey where I had to learn how to pivot, how to shift, even though things come at us that we don't choose. We can always choose our perception of what we're going through and how we're going to respond to it. And so if you're in a place in your business where it's not working, something's not working, it's not a reflection on you. You just change, like shift, pivot, do some things a little bit differently. Identify the problem and then do something about it. If you're finding that no one's advancing beyond Emerald or no one's hitting Success Club, then make your entire April focus about teaching, putting videos on YouTube of how to go from Emerald to Diamond and beyond, or how to hit Success Club and your best tips for that by interviewing coaches and just analyzing our career field. Whatever it is, instead of making that an excuse and creating your own roadblocks. I'm sorry, buddy. Come here. It's also nap time. Okay. Instead of creating your own roadblocks, be creative, be bold, and share your vision and your light and where you're going. Because all you have to do is be adamant that I'm going to figure this out. Together, we're going to figure this out. That's really the meaning of a coach. Well, we're melting. Can you say bye to my friends? Did you poop? Yeah. That's my cue. I hope this was helpful, you guys. I'm really thankful to be in the business of changing people's lives with you.
Baby.
I don't know what that was. If you have any questions, I'm in here, so feel free to post them in the comments. Or if you have any takeaways or any of that. Can you say bye-bye? Can you blow kisses? Oh, we're ornery. All right, you guys, have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Love you, he says. Bye, love you.